I'm going to work and show you something just because it's Friday. No, it's because Jolene has got the fenders welded on. Now I have to do something else to keep her busy. And what I want to do to the car next is put a set of running boards on it. And then I can place the metal there, then she can weld them on for me. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep ahead of her a little bit so she can keep on moving. If you want to come over here, she has got the fenders welded on completely now. What I got her to do is, when I ground them off the first time, I ground them off, then I showed her what I want it done. I want it to bridge the gap between the metal. We already welded the metal solid all the way through, and then we bridged it. And what I mean by bridge it, we ran from some weld from one side to the other side and bridged it. So there's no gap there anymore. If you come down in the back, you'll see how it's bridged. There's no gap in there anymore to flex or pull or for body fill to split or fiberglass to split. They are welded on there, and that's what she did. So she's welded them twice. She welded them on, and then she welded them again, and she did it all with air, did not warp them, did a beautiful job, and and bridged it. So there's no gap there anymore for flex. Now we're on to another project, and the project is we're going to make a set of running boards today. And this is how I'm going to make them. I'm not going to use no brake. I don't need anything really. I need a piece of exhaust pipe. I want some angle iron, 3/4 inch angle iron. And the reason I'll tell you why I'm picking 3/4 inch angle iron, I'll explain it to you here in a minute. I've got 3 different grinders. I've got a grinder with a hard disc. Hard disc is the big fat one that grinds the weld. I've got a grinder with the flapper wheel with the sandpaper to polish the weld after, and then I have a cutting wheel. So I have 3 of them set up. Then I also have a drill with stripper wheels on it, so if I want to remove rust, paint, body fill, anything like that to get it clean so I can weld it on, that's what I use. So I got them 4 main tools. I have a piece of exhaust pipe, I have some paper, and you can make a set of running boards. Here we go. What I got going on here right now is this is a 40 Plymouth. We're trying to make a set of running boards for it. We've welded on the front fenders. We've welded on the back fenders. Now we're going to weld on the running boards. So when the car's all filled out, it's really going to look smooth, you know. There's not going to be that gap in between the hood or the fenders and the body, and it's just really going to look smooth. And we do not want the exact same thing with the running boards. So as I got this exhaust pipe, I see the shape of this right here. See that shape? I got a round shape going on. And I want to mimic that shape with a piece of exhaust pipe. And like always, I'm going to go bang it on the ground. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put it underneath there and see if I got the same shape going on before I cut this exhaust pipe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I bend it, like I always do. And it's not much to it, really. Not much to it. It's all caveman, if you know what I'm saying. I better stop at that. It bent. If you want to take a look down that, you can see how it's bent. Can you not? Cool. So I'm going to run back here. I'm going to come in here like this. Generally, it's nice to have 2 people, but where me and Jolene, if she's doing the video and I'm doing the thing, I'm going to try to do it by myself. And what I'm going to try to do is, I want the same round distance. That don't look bad, does it, baby? Do you think a little bit more right here? A little bit more? A little bit more? A little bit more. I know where I'm hitting it because it's bent. See the end where it's bent? So I know which way to flap it on. I'm just going to flap right here. That's all I'm trying to do is mimic the shape of the car, front to back. That's not bad, eh? What do you think? Pull it out a little bit. That don't look bad at all. Just a little bit more I want to do it, I guess. Just a little bit more. I can shove it back some. Probably get it right in the middle. I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along here like this. I've got it held where I want it or where I got it cleaned up. And I'm going to make a mark on it. Right? Ooh. Try to get that mark back. Then I'm going to cut it off. Now, when I cut this off, it is a round exhaust pipe. It might not fit the best, so what I plan on doing is cutting it a little bit long first, and then I can grind it with the flapper wheel or the hard disc wheel to make it fit really good. I've got a line up here on this, here, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to leave it 1/8 longer than it should be. My mark is right here, and I'm going to leave it 1/8 long, right? My mark's right there, 1/8 long. Another thing too, when I put the exhaust pipe up, when I start fitting it and I start getting a gap, that is where I learned how to do the coat hanger thing, you know. I did not throw that away. I put a little more material in there and I filled the gap. When I filled the gap, I automatically know I've got penetration because I've filled the gap. So if there's any gaps in it, it does not bother me. It just gives you more welding to do. A little long. A little long, I like that. I don't mind that, do you? I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. I think if I got that fitting better, I'm going to take this back. Now I'm going to plug the welder. I should show you actually. As I put this on here, I can get the front to fit really good, just like that. I can get the front fit really good. In the back, if you come take a look in the back, see the gap I have? I didn't cut the back side of this pipe right. When I cut the back side of this pipe right, the distance from there will bring me back in the front where it's supposed to be, if you know what I'm trying to say. So as I grind that off, it'll bring me back the distance on the front that it should be. So that's why I'm taking it back off and doing it. So I'm going to grind this out a little bit, which lets it slide back further. Now, where's this at? Now, which one am I taking back? My glasses? Did I put my glasses anywhere? I'll put another set on. They'll never know who I am. And another thing, the reason that sometimes I do it this way is because, you know, to go to town, to get someone to try to bend you a roll that comes down over the side, and to get it go in and bend it up a 90, you need that big gear, you know, you need that big gear. And as I've started playing with things and using shapes for different things, this exhaust pipe will give me a beautiful running board on the outside because it has that nice roundness that we want. It's closed off. It's got a coating on it. It does not rust. It's stronger than if you've got a piece of metal just bent down around. And I don't need all the gear to make something like I want, right? This right here is helping me do that. And as I fit this on there, I'm getting closer. I like the way the front fits. I just got to air that out. As you can see, my gap is getting smaller. I just got to take more out. The gap is getting smaller. I just have to see what is hitting. What is hitting? Okay, right in the center. Gee, that fits pretty good. Oh, that's all right, baby. That fits so nice. Wow. Kind of talking myself into something here. I like it. Out there further. And that turns in like that. All right. I like it. Trying to make it fit. Good, that's all I'm trying to do. Turns it out. What to do on that end? Fitting nice on that end? Beautiful. I like that little gap. Don't mind that little gap. Doesn't bother me a bit. Does not bother me a bit. Kind of like it. Also, this car has got fill on it where it's been fixed before. I don't think I did that patch there, but whatever. They did a nice job. They welded it all up nice. It's solid. Do not care. As I strip the fill back in that, I do not want to strip it back too far because when I weld this pipe on, I want that body fill to absorb that heat. I do not want to come in here and clean that all off and then weld that on. Do not want to do that. I want to clean off where I'm welding, let the body fill absorb the heat. Where it puckers it off, I will dig it off, and then I'll put some more back on to repair it. But to take that all off, when it's such a good heat absorber, I don't do that. I just take it a little bit off, and if whatever puckers, then I replace. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me. They were my best glasses, baby. Got Bugatti door working. Just in case you didn't think I was doing anything. Got this piece on here. It's on there. Fits really nice. I don't mind the gap in there. I don't mind the gap. I'd rather have the gap on the top than the... Yeah. Nope, coming back a little further. I gotta do it. If you're not satisfied, just because I'm making a video doesn't mean I'm gonna stick it on there. If I'm not satisfied, I'm still gonna do what I have to do to make myself happy. That better. Go a little further. Do you like it longer in the front? Like, I'm going to take it down some more. No, I'm going to leave it. Right now, what I'm fussing about, you know, you're obviously not in my brain, but what I'm fussing about is I got a little bit of a distance. I got distance here is nice. Then it gets a little bigger to the front. You know, what would that hurt anything, you know, as I'm thinking about it? You can make it any way you want to, if you know what I'm saying. So as the running board gets bigger in the front, that's the way they were. Or that's the way I built it, you know. But as I get looking at it, I do not... See, I got a distance in here. See that distance in there? And then we got a distance in there that's way bigger. Yeah, it looks nice, I think. Exactly what you said. I think it looks nice. Anyways, I'm going to keep it because this fender looks like it sticks out further than the back fender. So the running board in the front to me should be wider than the back. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I got to take that a little further ahead. Plug this in. And I do scurry when the camera's up a little bit, but I generally work quite fast, or try to. But let's face it, you want to get it done. Christ, I still got sandblasting to do, clean up the dooryard to do. You know, still got a lot of stuff to do, so generally try to work at it. There we go. I think we can weld that on there now. I think we can, or I know we can. I'm going to clean this off in the back just a little bit more. I love it. I love it. Now, pencil here. And put that on there somewhat where it goes. And I just want to make a mark there. That's all. What I'm going to do before I take off and weld that on there, when I weld that, if I weld that on there, then I have something in my way from tracing the pattern of the fender, if you know what I'm trying to say. Then I have to cut it. So as I'm here doing this, or hadn't got it welded on yet, is what I'm trying to say. As I haven't got that welded on yet, I can make a pattern for that running board right now, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then straight in from there. So we're going to say that. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that, and that's going to fit what I want. So that's the metal on the top of this piece of exhaust pipe. That's the shape I want on top. Then I want to go in straight to. I want to go in straight to connect underneath. I'll cut that out. That paper make a good wrestler. It won't stay still. guy go in there. Fits in there, like so. And then my line will come this way. Front. And this is pipe and pipe. So this is my pipe size, so I know my pipe goes out here. So when I shove it on there, I can put it on there like that, and then I can cut this off, trace this on this pipe after. But I want to have that shape now, because once I get the exhaust up there, I'm not going to be able to trace it, because that exhaust pipe will be in the way. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. I think I spared a little more paper maybe, but just gives me my shape of my fender, that's all it does. I'm just trying to get it before I lose it. Alrighty. On this car, I don't know if I should explain that now or explain it later. How about I just tack that on? I'll get this tag on, get behind you there, sweetheart. Get the welder geared up. We got to watch a show last night. It was the motorcycle show. You know, I'm just watching. I'm still nervous. Is he going to get that done? Is he going to get that done? So as I have this here, I'm going to check the gas. Yeah, we got gas. Gas is on. Pull the welder over. I got to find a ground, and we should be able to find that no problem at all. Got a lot of bare metal in it showing right now, right up front. Now, what I'm going to do is take my hat off, welding helmet. So everything I show you, it still has to be welded up, if you know what I'm saying, but we're going to put it on and show you how it's done and how we're doing it. What I'm going to try to do here is flush it with the bottom of the fenders. Flush it with the bottom of the fenders. Just 2 tacks. Come to the back. Ouch. We're going to tag it on there. As I have it on there, when I checked and did the pipe, you want to shut the welder off there for a second? I shut it off. Hard to run the old camera and do that too, isn't it, baby? As we did that, this is the exhaust pipe I picked because this is the size I wanted. And as I picked it, there's another reason too. It gives me the distance underneath the bottom of the door when I run my metal in. I'm going to make the metal piece now. This is my front pattern. I can put that on there like that now. It sits on top of that exhaust pipe. I can tape it there. Actually, I'll do it right now. much tape is there? Nice. Nice. Come on, tape to the car. Be nice. All right, I missed it all together there, but you get the point. That goes in there like that. I'll have to go back to 3rd grade. There's dirt on that. Paper's what there is. It's not the car, it's the... Gee. How you doing so good? There's dirt on that paper. I didn't realize it has that. Stay on there, man. I think we got it that time. If not, we've got enough tape. I'm going to have to make that a little better. Anyways, that's the end of that pattern. And where's the other one? Is this it? I'm going to wipe this off better. I'm going to tape this and then stick it on. Now, I don't like that how that front piece stuck on there. It's not going to give me a true read. I'm going to have to get that on there better. Just do a little better job. Take my time. Do a better job. See, I had a film on that paper. I like sticking halfway and then run it on the car. And that will have to be all welded all the way around. And then it'll be ground, and then you put the piece of metal on top. But now I'm just showing you right now how I make the pattern on the top. And that's going in there because that's connecting to the floor on the inside. Now I'm happy with that. Took my time there a little bit, and I'm happy with that. Got that connected. Now I'm going to take I haven't really got a piece of paper. I got a piece of paper in here, maybe. Take a look around. Show them what we got. Where's any paper? There it is, right there. I'm hoping this works. You know, I should have a piece of cardboard or something, but the paper will work. We'll hold it down straight. It'll work. It'll be fine. Should be cardboard, but haven't got it. Do I have got it? That cardboard anywhere? Huh? Nope. That's how we do that. I'm gonna have to look for a piece of cardboard. Piece of cardboard. Or something or other, you know. Other than that, I probably shouldn't chuck that away, but what? I want the piece of cardboard laying on top of that. Haven't got a piece of. Should have got a piece of cardboard, shouldn't we? All right, I'm just going to measure it out then, I guess. See how that works. And then I can trace it off after. What do you think of that? Because if I had a piece of cardboard, I could lay it on there. Did I break the mother set? Ha ha ha! Running around with my head cut off. I'll get some cardboard or something. God dang it. Oh, I found something. Found something. I don't know what it is, but good dang thing. Look, ruining stuff left, right, and center. Ruined 2 pair of glasses just like that, running around with my head cut off. Running around with my head cut off. I'm not liking not knowing. How's that? Just gonna cut it in half. That give me all of it? Maybe. So you need a piece of cardboard, obviously. I didn't have it. I'm running around here with my head cut off. There's one piece. All I have to do is make sure that I have enough metal on the inside, because I can cut it off after, right? I just got to get that basic shape of the running board, and then I can cut it off after. And that's what I'm going to do. And I can feel that with my hand right now. I can feel it with my hand, how far I have to be in. So I just adjusted in how far it has to be. Could have better material to do it with, but you know what? I'm that guy that does it with whatever I have. This is what I have. That paper is not very sticky, is it? What's wrong with that paper? What's wrong with that paper? Now, I can't change that because I've got it taped. I don't want to change it. Stay there. Remember, doing this as fast as I can. Fast as I can. Now that stain don't come apart. Should have maybe some better tape. Maybe. Frig off. Alrighty. So I have somewhat a pattern here. Somewhat. Now, also, when I cut this pattern, I'm not going to cut it so it's perfectly on the line. I'm going to make it a little bigger than it should be. I'm in far enough on all my stuff. I'm in far enough for all my stuff. I think I am. Now I'm just going to hold this down. We're just going to come close, right? That's all we're doing. Just coming close. Another set of hands usually helps to hold one end or the other, but we're not there. Alrighty, this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to flop a piece of metal down here, just to show you how I'm going to overreact on the cut. Get this off and be able to cut that is what I'm wondering. Okay, so I'm going to leave an eighth or more on this, just because we can grind it off. That should be way over there. And we're going to... I want to stay on that. I want to do that. Cut that off. My speaker, baby. Pulled that damn thing off, I did. I pulled that damn speaker off. We're trying to do the best job we can, but we're no Bruce, that's for sure. Right, sound guy, Bruce? So, what I'm going to do is, put that back on. I'm going to do my... Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, I got razor blades here that won't cut tape. Wow. Anyways. So, this is my pattern. Hard to believe I'm getting a pattern of this, but it's true. It's true. Up here. Now come up around here. You know, kind of guessing here. And that's what I'm doing, just kind of running a rough pattern, making it a little bit bigger than it is there. Trying to make it what we can. Now, you can see how I've got it in here. I'm just kind of pushing things around to make what I want. Now, that there is the back fender, front fender, out of that mess. It is what it is, you know. I used what I had, and that's what I had. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that with, I can cut it with a zip cut shear. I'm going to cut it with the zip cut, and the only reason being is because I have it right there. Also, when I use the shear, it seems to, well, it doesn't seem to. It warps the edge of it, you know, the metal. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it with a shear, then we'll lay it on there. If it does not fit, then we get to trim it back a little bit. No worries, no worries. That can only mean one thing. Second, bud. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad. Just making a little video here for a second. I'll be with you here in a minute if you got time. Okay. Doesn't look very special on there, but where'd my Tillman gloves go? So I don't get caught. True fit. This one's, get another grinder disc here. I think I had one out. I did. These things are expensive, so I don't generally like to use them up like that. But where I'm doing a video by myself, I need this piece of metal cut, and this is the easiest way for me to cut it by myself. I think I need to, geez. Here we go again. Fastest cut possible. Now, you can see how I've got it going in there. Now I've got the metal on there, how that pattern's sitting on there. What I'm going to do is get it fitting the best I can. Get it fitting the best I can. See if I can stick something up in there. I'll get it fitting the best I can, front and back. I will cut this edge again to fit this piece of exhaust pipe perfectly, so when I don't weld it so it leaves a bead on it, I want to get it on the top side of the exhaust pipe, so when I grind it off, you can not tell it's there. On the inside of this piece, where it goes underneath the floor, I will take angle iron, and I will weld angle iron along my running board like that. So when I put my running board in, it's strong, and plus I can connect it to the floor that's under the sill that's underneath. I have fabricated the floor in this car. If you come over this side, Jolene. I have fabricated the floor inside this car a long time ago, and what I did is I made a skeleton of the frame with square tubing. I welded a inside sill on the square tubing that goes down, and I made it plenty long. And what I did is I picked the car up, and we set it down on the floor, and we welded a piece from the sill into the inside sill to connect the floor inside the car, if you know what I'm saying. Then we trimmed the access off, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. So the floor has been made in this car. I made it a long time ago. And now I'm taking a running board and making the running board go to the floor. So inside the floor there's an inside sill that I'm going to connect this angle iron to, so we have a nice, strong running board. This running board is not going to be made to be stepped on. You could, obviously. You're not going to bend that. But it's going to make the car look even smoother than it really is. We have to put bear claw latches in this. Jolene's going to do that, obviously, because I've already done a set, and now she knows how to do it. So as we have this on here, I've shown you how I'm going to make running boards for the 40 Plymouth. Now I'm going to come in here and trim this all off again. This is where it fits. I want to trim it all off again. I made it big because I want to do that. Now I can get a really nice fit front and back. Put my angle iron on the back so I can connect it on the inside. It gives me my gap on the bottom of the door. And I was going to tell you why I picked the 3/4 inch, because the 3/4 inch gives me a 3/4 inch gap underneath that door. If you know what I'm saying, if I put that on top of it, it holds it down 3/4 an inch from the door. And that's how I make running boards in a half hour by yourself. A piece of exhaust pipe, a length of metal, and some angle iron. You do not need a brake. You do not need a roller. You do not need nothing but some imagination and some will and some want. That's going to be Jolene's next welding project. We'll get that fitting nice. We'll put the angle iron on it. She can weld all along the exhaust pipe, all along the fenders, and fit everything in really nice. Running boards, half hour.